Previously on episode 1 of The Aura of Manipur, we got a chance to traverse across the Loktak Lake, one of Manipur's most historically vital lake of the entire state. We witnessed the beauties of the lake, such as the island of Tanga, Karang, and a large floating biomass called the Kaibulamjao, which holds one of the most rarest brow antler deer of the world, called the Sangai. We also saw how people have evolved to live on these aqua conditions year-long, and how they utilize the use of floating biomasses called fumdis, which originates only here on the lake and are used for many purposes on the lake, such as the use of building foundations for houses and huts, and the use of fish farms. Today, we dive upon how fishes have a big relevance and importance to the people of the Loktak Lake and the entirety of the state of Manipur. Back across the glistening waters of the Loktak Lake lies a distinct variety of freshwater critters and species, with the few native to the Loktak Lake. During our travels on the Loktak, we got a chance to dive in closer to a circular fish farm made out of fumdis, where fishermen and women were fishing out tons of freshwater fishes. Fishes smaller than the size of a finger, while some were large as the size of a brick. Over here, we see these fishermen reeling in tons of fishes using a large seine net, which surrounds the entire circumference of the farm. Tons of fishes get encroached into this circular net, which these fishermen eventually start surrounding and reeling in all these fishes in order to catch them more efficiently. So, if you see rounded shapes on the Loktak Lake when coming into Manipur from the skies, just know that they're just fish farms. Fishing on the Loktak Lake has been a tradition for many generations, and it's an integral part of the culture and way of life of the local community. The lake and its resources hold a deep cultural and spiritual significance for the people of Manipur. The local fishermen of the Loktak Lake use various indigenous fishing techniques, such as bamboo traps, scoop nets, and cast nets, unlike this farming method you see here on the lake. Many of these fishes, which are fished out of the lake, are then sent to be sold and processed by local sellers. While many fishes are sold fresh, many are dried, roasted, and fried. All across the state of Manipur, the sale of fishes is prominent everywhere. Like this local shop near a boat dock by the lake. These people sell all sorts of fishes for people to take back home. Fishes like these are exported across the state, especially to the city of Imphal. These freshwater fishes and animals are sold on the streets and markets across the city, and even in the most famous market of all of Manipur, called the Ima Market. But we'll check this out in another episode. Fishing is not just an economic activity, but it's also a social one. It is a way for the local community to come together and share their knowledges and experiences together. But today, we were fortunate enough on our journey to meet this fisherwoman who was operating the entire fishing site at her own fish farm. She says that once a month, they fish out many different underwater species that get caught up in their nets, like small fishes, large fishes, eels, prawns, and many other types of species. To name some of the most popular fishes available on the Loktak, they are pengba, tarak, naton, namu, tilapia, and mirgal. These fishes are freshwater fishes that are found in other parts of the world, but some breeds are native to the lake, and there are plenty of other types of species out there in the lake. If you would like to experience this type of fishing on the Loktak's fish farms, you can make special arrangements with the local fish farmers who live around and across the lake. And make sure to not miss out on all the islands and viewpoints on the lake, alongside all the local restaurants, cafes, and homestays on your next journey here in the Loktak Lake. But further on in our journey, we leave the Bishnapur district of the Loktak Lake and enter the Kaching district of Manipur, where we will scale the hilly mountains to visit the Kaching Garden, one of Manipur's most sanctifying and precious gardens of the entire state. So stay tuned, folks, as we travel upon there in the next episode.